Welcome, everybody, to our latest and greatest episode of Discs and Chips. I'm here with my lovely host, as always, Kendall. What's going on, Kendall?
Not much. It's been a while that
It
we've done one of
has
these.
been a while. So, let
Oh,
me explain what's going on. It's been a while. We have been talking about coming back and doing these again. We love doing it. Um, a few things happened in our lives that just we kind of waited on bringing the podcast back. So we we joined with another group.
yep,
Now we're with Undercast Company. We do other podcasts with them. We got like the OVA Midnight Club. There's You Haven't Seen, and then there's the Undercast Company. Their main podcast, or the main podcast that we do, is the Undercast podcast. It was basically just kind of like chatting about random stuff. But those are the things that you might see us floating around in and doing other stuff. The main podcast that me and Kendall do is going to be here, Distant Ships, like we always have been. But now we just kind of merged in and became like a bigger group with him. And
yep,
so with the other stuff that we were doing with in our life, that we decided, you know what, we'll wait till we got everything done with a group and our other stuff. And now that we're all good, we're in what now? April, and
yep. April of 2024.
April 2024, and now we're back, and everything's cool. And so now, from here on, welcome to season two, Electric Boogaloo of the Distance.
Technically, wouldn't this be season three? This is the second rework. We had our first trial run, and then we kind of reworked things, and then that was season two, Electric Boogaloo.
Oh snap! This is
Now,
this is
now, now, now we're in season three, the bee's knees.
Welcome to season three, Bees Knees. We're back. This time, hopefully, for a lot longer and a lot more consistent. This is good. This podcast is going to be once a month now. Because there are a couple other podcasts, so every podcast kind of has their slot. We're gonna have ours. We're gonna be doing it once a month. If things work out well and we get listeners, and you guys want us to do it more, maybe we can do it more. But as of right now, we're gonna go with once a month. It seems like it's gonna work out for us the best. We'll get you all the news for the month, and we'll drop it all for you so you can digest it near the end. So that way you can get all that beautiful and delicious news to the end. But Kendall, before we go on our journey today, what have you been up to since the very last time we saw you?
Oh, jeez. I mean, there's been a lot of different things going on between playing video games, life
Yes.
changes,
Mm-hmm.
so on and so forth, and yep, it's been what? How long has it been? When was the last time we did the podcast?
I,
Was it August?
August of
July?
some year. I can't even remember anymore. I really can't remember when the last time we did it. But it's been a while. We have. I will let you guys know we have been talking about bringing it back this whole time. We just, like I said, a bunch of stuff happened, and then other opportunities happened and things, and that's why we're where we're at. But we are in a good place to come back.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like? Yeah, about maybe was the oldest one about no 10 months ago? Was it our last one?
No, 7 months ago.
10 months ago was the last one we did. So we haven't been gone a year. We've only been gone 10 months.
Okay, so then it was June, not July, the last time we did it.
Yeah, it looks like sometime 10 months ago we were on our 40th episode. How about them apples?
Geez, 40th episode.
No, that was 40 episode of us returning. Because remember, we scrapped all the old episodes. I can't remember how many episodes we were deep before. We were getting close to the 100. I won't tell you that on the second run. But we scrapped the first set of episodes because we said, hey, you know what? When we're coming back, new and better, we did that. But now we're coming back, newer, better. But yeah, officially, this will be when you read them, because we're not taking back on any of our old stuff. That's still going to be up, and you're going to be able to see it. But when you do see this new stuff, we're going to mark it as season two, even though we're saying it's season
Same one,
three.
season three.
Yeah, we'll put season two, just because the other one, I don't even think it has a season one, but I think I might retro go back, put season one, so that way you guys can tell the difference, because the very, very first season, well, those things are gone. But
Yeah.
from here on out, we'll continue. I have also been on a journey of myself, reworking myself, finding myself emotionally, spiritually, and no, not really, but I'm just saying, like, I've been up doing stuff. Um, I've rekindled my love for cars again. I think I say that every time because sometimes you fall in love and sometimes you just kind of get disillusioned, and then you kind of return to a spot. And because my father's retiring, he was a detailer, and you know, there were people there that would help us sometimes with some of the car stuff. I kind of, I guess, let things go by the wayside. I don't have to do anything anymore. But since he's retiring, I have to rekindle my love again because hey, I got to do stuff again. You know what I mean? It's about
Mm-hmm.
that point. But in all honesty, what really has been driving me is I found my tail lights for my Integra in
Mm-hmm.
Thailand. Sorry, I was gonna say Malaysia. In Thailand, somebody was selling them on eBay. Okay, let me tell you, eBay is still good. Uh, for a very good deal. Okay, I've seen those taillights being sold from people in Japan on eBay, on American eBay, not in Japan eBay, because you know I've been trying to go through like Buyee and all this stuff. Anyways, where I saw them, they were trying to sell them to me for like $300 to $400 a light. You need two. That's
Yeah.
like $800. That's ridiculous. Is it the price? Maybe. Is that what this Mexican's willing to pay for? No, sir. I'm always looking for a deal. Listen, guys, always look for a deal. If I can tell you something, with anything with tech, look for a deal. You'll find it. You know, sometimes.
And this goes even beyond tech, just like anywhere,
Listen, we're
like even fast food
uh-huh.
or whatever. You got the
The
apps
apps.
now. You got special coupons. You can
Because
sign up with
let me tell
email.
you,
They'll email you special deals, all that, whatever stuff.
in this economy right now, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, people of the world, you need to save a buck somewhere so you can spend a buck somewhere else because times are tough. So
Yeah.
I found the
I mean,
taillights.
what would you rather do? Pay $16 for a Big Mac meal or $6?
I'd rather pay $6, sir. Thank you very much for those free nuggets. Dodgers and Angels. Every time you guys win, we get some free nuggets. So how about them
Oh,
apples?
and Jumbo Jack. You get a free
Yeah.
Jumbo Jack at Jack in the
Listen,
Box.
other states only have one team. You can only get it once, but guess what? We can get it twice if our team both teams win. So let's go Angels, let's go Dodgers, let's win. You know, I'm an Angels fan, but let's you know what? When the time for free food comes, I can also support my other California team. So you
Mm-hmm.
guys win that and get us those free jumbo jacks and those free nuggets or fries or whatever we might get. That thank you teams. But back to the thing. So I found a good deal on the taillights. Um, I picked them up. I mean, super good. Like they were like two something, like 219 or
Mm-hmm.
something like that for the tail lights. And then with shipping,
For the pair?
yeah, for the pair, my man, clean, beautiful, immaculate. And then plus shipping, you know, like two something, which would be like reasonable to me. You know, I get it. It's older and but it was a reasonable price, dude. But under $300 for two tail lights.
Nice.
I was like, this is what I want. So that really got me excited. It got me hyped to put it on my Instagram. I put it on Threads. I'm gonna try to do that. And then I follow a dude on Instagram. Uh, he has let me see if I can find it right now because I don't want to get it wrong. So his name is Joey Lee, but his Instagram's Sticky Jojo, and it's and then you if you go on his Instagram, right? That's what the Instagram name is. He sells those uh e, it's Ebbro, and I'm probably gonna butcher it, but it's like I think it's like Iburo. They're cars, right? But they're like one like 43rd scale or something like that of like super intricate cars of what like JGTC race cars and stuff like that. But anyways, you get him from Japan. He's bringing him over. He's selling him, and he also does the Chronicles. It's his thing. So
Mhm.
I bought stuff from him before. He's got a Battlecraft and Exceed Japan, right? So he's like part. I don't know if he's part owner or he's part something. But anyways, what I'm saying is I got rekindled in those car things. When I fix this background that looks all blurred up, you're gonna see the cars. I'm getting them from him, right? Buying them like normal. No, this is no freebies. But I guess he got into collecting, and so he's been bringing them from Japan and selling the extras that he has on the side.
Ah, okay.
That's where I was trying to get at. And I've always wanted to get some, but sometimes I felt like the prices might be a little overpriced. His prices seem to be cool because I even looked it up on different things. They seem legit, like good prices for the stuff. They can be a little expensive, you know, $60, $70, $90. They can go all the way
Well, I
up to.
mean, importing stuff these days is
Well, oh
pretty
no,
expensive,
but
like
not.
across the board.
I'm just saying the figures themselves, like the car
Yeah.
models, because they're very intricate. Some of them are like $300. I know they're scary prices and it's scary to think. Obviously, you know, to each their own on what they want to pay and what they want to get. But I'm just saying, like, you know, the prices vary. You know, from 50 and up. You know, but it also depends on the size because obviously he has different scale sizes that he's giving. He's selling. This is really cool. Anyways, I've gotten a few. I've got like six now, I believe, and I've always wanted to have him, and I feel good about having him in the collection. So I got that. I've been looking for more car parts. I've been looking for stuff. I kind of want to finish the Integra now, sooner than later. At least just to drive it more.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, never crash it, but you know, just to drive it at least to places. Um, but with that, I want to say, oh, I've also been like buying shift knobs and other stuff, and I've just been putting them up in the collection. Will I sell them one day? Who knows? But you know, I'm disappointed that before stuff that I used to when I was like 18 that I could have bought and kept, I didn't have the room for, and now a lot of the stuff is like worth like ridiculous amounts of money because people are crazy. I don't know if they should be
Yep.
worth that much, but it's just like now I don't have like shift knobs that I wanted. Because before I was like, man, I would want the steering wheel from the Civic or the stuff. Or now they're like, yeah, now you want to pay $700 for it. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. I just want to put it on a wall. I thought it would look cool, and maybe use it on a car one day if I ever did. But besides the point, like I'm collecting car stuff again. I'm collecting more car stuff to go with my anime and my other stuff. You know, it's just where I'm headed to, I guess. And with that, Up Garage, I just want to say this: Up Garage opened up last night for like a pre-night, and then today they're supposed to be open, but I can't go to it. I wanted to go to it the grand opening, but maybe we'll go check it out, Kendall. Maybe take a couple pictures or something, show it off on Instagram. It's basically
Yeah.
like they buy and sell used car parts. They have these stores in Japan, and now they're bringing it back. So I just want to say to everybody, California's cool because we had Super Autobacks, which was also a Japanese store, and now we got Up Garage. What's up? Two for baby. We're still up two times.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess that's a lot of weird stuff. But yeah, and doing podcasts. I've been doing podcasts with like I said the Undercast Company, and so that's where I've been at for the most part.
Well, me just moving in with the new girlfriend and getting all that stuff situated and settled.
Congratulations on that.
Go, going through a massive backlog of video games.
Congratulations on going on the backlog of video games also.
Like I just finished Final Fantasy 16, so and that came out
Congratulations on
last year.
doing congratulations on doing that. I have not finished it yet. I also
So
have a backlog. I want to say Hell Divers. Okay, taking up a lot of my time. Democracy.
see, for me, it's mostly Fallout 76 at the moment because of the show brought back a lot of people.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've been playing Fallout 76 also a little bit on the side, not too crazy much, but I've been playing on the side. It's a lot different from when I
Mhm.
first started playing it.
Oh yeah, it's way
It's
different.
way different because I
I
remember
mean,
when I first.
it's way different from when I was playing, and I played it way more than anyone else that I knew because for some reason I end up liking the black sheep out of all the video series. Like everyone was like all fawning over Fallout 4
Yeah,
and all that other stuff, and being all happy with that, and then calling Fallout 76, a terrible game, blah blah blah. Which don't get me wrong, it was a buggy mess when
it
it first came
was.
out,
It was. I'll agree with that. But
but I had a lot more fun with 76 than I did with Fallout 4.
okay. So I don't know if you can agree with this. Don't worry, guys. We'll get into the topics later. But like I said, we're catching up. When I played Fallout 76, I feel like and now I know they say open, oh, it's like an open game, right? But I feel like Fallout 6 is literally open. Like you can do whatever the hell you want. Like there's no real
Yep.
structure to it. But I've told people like when you play Fallout 4 though, there is a point to the game. There is some structure to the game. You can't just willy nilly. Yeah, you do a lot, but like I told them in Fallout 76, like you don't have to do anything. Like the game won't advance anywhere, do anything. You literally don't do crap. I
Mm-hmm.
played 2 hours one time and I didn't even do anything but kill things or just walk around looking for crap. Just looking.
Yep. Which is possible. And don't get me wrong, they've added more
Yeah.
storyline stuff, like actual storylines that you can do, especially with them adding human NPCs back into the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. Because that's what I've
So,
been doing now.
I mean,
I did the. Have you done the Mothman one?
The quest line or the event?
I don't know what it was. I'm thinking it's the event or something, or maybe it was a quest line. It's where you see a giant moth at the end.
I think at the lighthouse.
Yeah, where you have to kill a bunch of
Okay, so
people,
that
and
was
it's
it.
like a
So
giant
that
moth.
one's the event.
Okay, yeah, I played it, and there was like a giant moth, like like Cthulhu moth thing. I don't know. Someone summons it out, and it's there. And I was like, for a second there, I we even took pictures in front of it because I played it with Frank and
Hmm.
Alon. Shout out to those guys. They're also in the Undercast Company. Uh, we shot it, and like we went and took pictures. Like you know how you can like flip it around and do pictures or whatever. So we took pictures next to the posing next to the moth thing as a memento of the occasion.
So,
It's cool.
and the funny thing is if you interact with him, he also gives you a 5% EXP buff.
Sick. I don't know. I can't remember if we got it or not because we were just excited just to see the moth dude. I just remember he
Hmm.
was there and you were just like, what? I got the whole like the cult of the moth clothes and stuff out of it, and it was fun. Fallout 76
Yep.
is fun. It's fun now. I like I said, I had it. I put it down after a while, and I hadn't played it forever. And just like you said, the show gets you going, and you're like, hey, I want
Yep.
to check it out again, and I did. I checked that one out before I did the new Fallout, but yeah, but.
So,
Mm-hmm,
with the catch up banter
mm-hmm.
now done, and since we kind of very luckily ended it with the talking about Fallout,
Oh, yeah.
considering with the new show bringing Fallout fans back to the games itself,
Yes, sir.
there was a 14 gigabyte Fallout 4 quote unquote next gen update that seems to
Mm-hmm.
fallen flat. Apparently, it is a broken, buggy mess and it hasn't fixed anything. It's actually broken more things, according to
That's what
people.
I've heard.
So,
And I also heard that
look,
I was
looks
reading.
like they got some more work to do on that patch.
Yes, and I also heard though that if you have it, I believe it's like free through like the PS Plus that you pay for extra or something like that.
Okay,
You
so
you
that was originally
uh huh.
what people thought, but
Oh, okay,
a
okay.
PlayStation representative came out
And said no.
and actually corrected it. Yes, even if you got it free through the PlayStation Plus
Perfect, perfect.
subscription service, you're still going to get the next gen update
Oh,
for
okay,
free. You
good,
don't have
good,
to
good,
pay extra.
good. Because I don't want to put out any false news. Perfect. There you go. That was a rumor going around that it was not going to be playable, but you heard it here, boys and girls. Playable. But yes, I did hear that it is a buggy mess. So why even download it? Is what I'm trying to say, right?
Hmm.
Let them fix that, and then download Fallout 76 instead. Play that. Fun game.
And it honestly is. And if you want to, you can actually start playing in two different ways. You can start from level 1, or you can start from level 20 with a pre-made build and some gear to start you off, so that way you can get more into
Yeah.
the game quicker, like
Let,
more stuff.
let me tell you, I pulled up my old save. I did not. I was not able to do level 20 because I was already level like 5. So when I
Yeah, you should just made a new character.
I had that character, man. Come on, I can't let him die. I used him for a little bit. I think I had a character before him, and then I restarted it to play with a buddy or something. But yeah, it's a cool game. Cool game, guys. Cool game. So, Candle, um, with a whole Fallout TV show and all this other stuff, and with a trailer of Deadpool and Wolverine coming out, Marvel's hot right now. So, what do you think of Marvel Rivals? What do you think of the trailer when you saw it? What?
Well,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, first impressions,
Yes.
it literally looks like Overwatch,
Overwatch.
but with Marvel characters. And you know what? I'm down for that, especially with how Overwatch 2 has been
That's what I'm saying.
messing up lately,
Mm-hmm.
and
I
just not doing the whole PVE scenarios like
yeah
they originally said they were gonna make Overwatch 2 for, and then they just completely scrapped the whole thing, and now they're trying to backtrack or whatever.
yeah. I mean, I'm
So,
gonna tell you what I loved Overwatch the original. I played it. We played it for hours and hours and hours. I loved it. It was great. Overwatch 2 didn't like it anymore.
hmm
I didn't like it.
one, and the funny thing is one of the reasons why I don't like it as much is because they literally cut down the team sizes.
Yeah,
You know,
that
it
was
went
the
from
big
six
thing.
players per team down to 5,
Let me tell you,
and
six. For some reason, six is a big deal. I know it doesn't sound like it, but it really. I don't know. It played better. I guess that's the best way to say it. I don't know.
hmm
There was something about it.
it opened up your option more, is what
Right.
it did.
And then with a like, let's be real, with your friends group size, six is just like the perfect number to like have people on. Sometimes you'll get a one or two guys because it'll be a four guys, but you can have a whole squad with six dudes, just all the friends playing.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I completely get it. I'm really interested. I'm not gonna lie. Like you said, it looks like Overwatch. The trailer interested me. I haven't seen too much more lately. I did. Did you sign up for their testing for the game?
Not yet, but I was going to.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because the closed technical test or
Yeah.
whatever is going to be coming out in May
Hmm.
that you can sign up for. Um, so I'm just waiting to that because I did do the Hades 2 technical test. I was lucky enough to get in. So
Sick.
we'll
Sick.
talk about my impressions on that later
Oh yeah.
on.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I still have to do the whole sign up thing for
Mm-hmm.
Marvel Rivals, which I'm hoping I get in on that because the game looks like a lot of fun, especially with all the Marvel
Mm-hmm.
characters.
Mm-hmm.
The only question is what character would you want to pick, or what character would you Marvel that you didn't see in the trailer,
I see. I see.
or you know what, just whichever character do you think
Look, I'm gonna
would
tell
be
you.
the most fun to
I'm
play?
I'm gonna tell you right now. Okay, I've been watching X-Men '97. I don't know if you have.
Not yet, no.
I would love to do like Gambit, maybe a Wolverine. Look, I fucking hate you here. I fucking hate Cyclops. Okay, but I wouldn't mind a Cyclops character too. Like Beam Eyes.
Mm.
That sounds like it would be fucking dope. Um, obviously, well, you got your Iron Man, right? But maybe a War Machine. You got villains. What about the Red Skull, Captain America? They're gonna have to put in villains. So I mean,
Uh
Thanos.
huh.
Uh,
Well, I mean, at the end of the trailer, you see like a female Galactus. Now, whether if that was a skin or if it's gonna be like some OC character that they're doing in the Marvel universe.
well, there is I believe there is the daughter of Galactus, and I believe she does exist. So they could go that route if it's a female Galactus, be like the daughter of Galactus, whether they change her up or not, or however they want to. But there should be
Mm-hmm.
something like that. I mean, if you look it up, but it's one of those. There's a plethora of characters. Santa Claus is a Marvel character.
I heard something like that,
Yeah,
but I never actually seen it myself.
Santa Claus is like an OP mutant, but yeah, he's
Yeah, I
there.
mean, go figure. He goes around the entire world giving kids presents in
Exactly.
less than 24 hours. So, while they're asleep, mind you.
Yes, and so that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot to it. There's a lot of characters. Right now, I mean, like, yeah, like I said, I don't know if you can play them all. It's gonna be different, but I
They're
wouldn't mind if.
trying to do like the whole Gundam thing where it's like a small subsection
Mm-hmm.
at the start of it. You know, more of the popular ones, maybe some like far, not so well known
Yeah,
ones, kind of bring more attention to their series and all that other stuff.
yeah.
And then over time, release new heroes from other universes, etc.
Like the Fantastic Four would be cool. You could have like a thing. I mean, if you got like a Hulk, you can have a thing. You know,
Hmm.
you can have like Johnny Storm. That would be kind of cool because he's fire. He just kind of like flies in the air or something. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm excited I'm excited for the possibilities of it. I don't know how well it's gonna go. I hope they do a good job. Like I said, I would really like another Overwatch game to.
Well, I mean, especially since I think there's really only just Overwatch now that
Mm-hmm.
has like the Overwatch formula gameplay.
Yes.
Because the Gundam one got shut down because it didn't do very well
No.
because it was outrageous pricing for any of the extra stuff, and
Yeah.
it was a massive grind fest to try to unlock any of the
Yes.
extra units
Yes.
and Gundams or whatever.
And I played it. I don't know if you did, but I played the Gundam game.
Oh
I
yeah, I
I
played it too.
I liked it, but yes, you're right. What a grind to even get anything, and yeah, everything was expensive, and I just was like, I don't know, man. I don't know what they were thinking, but it was good enough. I liked
I
it.
mean, yeah, it was good enough, but like
If they fix the
it
other
was
stuff,
just too expensive to get
yeah,
anything, and it took way too long. If
yeah.
you're trying to do the free to play way, took way too long to unlock anything.
I agree. I agree. If they would have fixed those things, maybe it would have still been around. But Yeah, they really, really,
Like
really.
all they had to do was like reduce the prices of everything were like trying to sell it for by half. Like what would they have lost? They wouldn't have lost anything.
They would have gained more because more people would want to play it, more people would want to buy it. But
Exactly.
the cheaper you go, the route where you go cheaper. I mean, where you go more expensive gets you less. You know, sometimes it's not about the it's about the quantity that you sell, not not if you set the price too high, your quantity is gonna be too low. But if you set your price lower, you'll get more quantity and you'll end up making more in the long run. It's I guess is what I'm trying to
Oh,
say.
I mean, like the whole Fortnite. Did you see the Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy pass? You know, with the three skins,
Yeah,
$30 for three skins.
I'm not. Yeah.
Like honestly, what they could have done is they could have even kept it at the $30 price tag. Basically, made each of them like $10,
Mm-hmm.
but sell them separate because sometimes some
You don't
people
want it all.
maybe just wanted the Mantis skin, or maybe they just wanted Drax, or maybe they just wanted the new Groot.
And that's true.
Who knows? But I don't like if they wanted just one of the skins, they're not gonna sit there and pay $30 for one of the skins.
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, they'll pay 10.
$10 for one skin with maybe a couple of the little skins like for your weapons or something. I mean, whatever, a little emote that came with it or something.
Yeah, exactly.
$10, yeah,
They,
it'll be
they,
fine.
they could have just done that. Could have literally, split up
Yeah.
the pack into single packs, and people could have bought it that way. And I guarantee you, they would have made so many more sales on that
Yeah, because you're
by
right.
separating it
Because
than they would have.
if I don't want to play Groot or whoever else that was on that pack, you're right. Why the hell
It
would I
was
pay 30
Groot,
bucks?
Drax, and Mantis.
There you go. Why would I pay? So yeah, if I'm not a fan of Mantis or Drax, let's say, and all I wanted was Groot, why would I buy that pack? So I spent an extra $20 that I don't use because I didn't want those skins. Or if you wanted Drax and Mantis, you're like, oh, I'm spending an extra $10 on a Groot that I don't want. And you're right.
Yeah,
It would have
exactly.
been better to give people the more options you give, the better it is. It always is
Mm-hmm.
that way. The better it is for everybody.
So, yeah, Marvel Rivals.
Yep.
Uh, would you say it's looking pretty hype or no?
I'm thinking looking hype. I think from what I've been hearing and people saying, everybody is excited to get maybe like an Overwatch style game, like the original Overwatch. So we'll see. I mean, we'll keep you guys updated. We'll let you guys know on what's going on and with the closed betas and all the other stuff and any other news that we find out as we go along. We'll let you know what's going on with the game and we'll keep seeing if this hype train is gonna keep running. So what you got next, Kendall?
All right, so this one's gonna be more like a smaller me thing
Mm-hmm.
because I know you don't play very many like smaller indie games like that try to do like wildly crazy stuff
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
for the most part. But
Right.
Slay the Spire 2, which was announced, and I'm sure you didn't play the first one.
Probably not. No, I don't think so.
Okay, so basically what Slay the Spire is it's a roguelike
Mm-hmm.
deck building game.
Okay.
So as roguelite, you know how is basically you start off with, a base and then you go through stages and then when you finish the stages you get upgrades at the end of the stage or maybe sometimes in the middle of the stage,
Mm.
whatever, right? Now this is a deck building game. So you start off with you pick a character then they have like a deck built around that character.
Yeah.
And as you go through the tower or spire in this game,
Yeah.
you unlock more cards and then you choose those cards
To upgrade
and
your
you get
character.
extra buffs and extra like utilities and all that other stuff and you build a deck around it and it changes every single time.
Oh, okay.
So, and I originally played this 3 years ago in 2021,
Mm-hmm.
about 80 hours worth of it. So, and it was a fun game. So if you've ever played like card games like Magic the Gathering or Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh and you like those kind of games,
Yeah.
this might be something for you to check out. Especially if you like the deck building aspects where
Yeah.
you can try crazy new shit, like say you'll find, one card that hits everyone for like so on and so forth, but costs like a little bit and it deals damage to yourself at the same time or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
then you have this other card that takes that damage that you deal to yourself and deals that damage to everyone kind of thing. You can find cards like that and build a deck like that.
Oh, that's cool. That sounds interesting. That sounds like an interesting game. And when is it dropping? And when where can you like what's PC only? Is it
So far, it is PC only. Early access is slated for early 2025.
okay?
So, but no time frame. Just so far, early access in 2025 is the
Hmm.
general announcement. But Slay the Spire 2, I'm looking forward to it. I'll probably be testing that out whenever it comes out, so I
Hmm.
can give my thoughts when
Sick.
that comes out or when more news comes out
Yeah,
for it.
I love it. Um, well, Kendall, let me tell you about a little game I just got. Okay, I haven't played it. I ordered it. It's on its way.
Uh oh.
Let me tell you, man. I played the demo. Did you play the demo for this? Because you know what I'm
Oh
talking
yeah, I
about.
did. Yep, I played the demo for it too.
Okay. Before we let anybody armor on or armor off, Kendall.
Either or, honestly.
Okay. Well, let me let you guys know. We're talking about a lovely game, Stellar Blade. Now, I played the demo because I didn't know if I wanted to play this game or not. Right? I'm taking away the sexiness of the person. Okay, I'm taking all the controversies away. All right. I played the demo. I kind of liked it. I was interested. You know, it made me feel like I was playing like Nier, like I was playing, that style of game. Because I played Nier Automata and I played the other Nier, the old school Nier. Or
Mm-hmm.
it was
Replicant.
yes, it was good. Like I liked it so far. I was interested in the way the story was going to go. With the little bit that you got in the demo, I was like, I wonder who these groups are. Why are they fighting? Why are these like robot girls? You know, like it kind of got me a little interested. It's in the realm of robots and stuff, and I'm kind of into sci-fi ish. What did you think when you played the demo?
Uh, Definitely the characters and overall arching world was definitely interesting. Me personally, I felt the combat was a little clunky, but
Yeah.
maybe that's because it's like I'm used to more faster pace, and this is kind of like you're supposed to slow it down.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like overall for the demo, I enjoyed the demo. I can see how you can spend like a ton of time between gathering everything or trying to seek out all the different extra stuff like the
Yeah.
extra outfits, weapons, upgrades, so on and so forth. So eventually I am gonna get the game.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to at the moment because of how big my backlog is.
Right. All right. Let me tell you why I got it. Here's a controversy to this game. Too sexy. All right. Have you heard about it?
Yep.
They're talking
No,
about
that's one of the controversies.
that's one of the a lot of it is because of the way they 3D scanned an actual model. Was it a model, a singer,
Yep.
something like that? They 3D scanned her, and so there's a lot of controversies on how the clothes and the stuff and things like that. I don't know what to say to that. That's just to me. I didn't think of it like I don't like to sexualize characters like that. I just play them. The character's sexy or not, whether it's male or female or whatever, it's the character they gave me, and I'll play it.
Mm-hmm.
So the way I saw it was I just was like, cool. They're gonna have a bunch of different costumes. I'm just gonna be switching in the costumes all the time. It's just gonna be tight. That's the way my thought processes was. I did hear that they, with an update, are changing the skimpiness of some clothes.
Some of them, yes.
Yes. So dare I say, I will not be doing this update. Okay, I'm gonna play this game the way it was intended, not because it's sexy or
Mm-hmm.
not, but the way the designers intended it to be played. Okay, I'm gonna play it like that. That's how that's gonna be. But no, in all seriousness, they are, I guess, trying to fix a few things. There are some complaints. Um, like always, there always will be. I don't know so much so if it's the people that are complaining that are playing the video game or people that are just looking at what the video game is because it's drumming up hype. Who knows? But there is some controversy in it. Like I said, the game looks interesting. It looks cool. There's a lot of cosmetics. I want to play it. Kendall, you said you want to play it, so I guess for us it's
Yep.
going to be it's a sale on for two guys. When we get
Yep.
them, obviously, like I said, it's different things, but it looks cool. Uh, what like an 82 on Metacritic for this game?
Yep. and an 82 on Metacritic, so it's a decent.
So it's a
You know, I
decent,
mean,
yeah, it's a
it's a high score. It's essentially a B.
yeah, it's a decent game, and that must mean it's doing pretty good because you wouldn't get an 82 on a Metacritic for just sexiness. So it's
Hmm.
got to have a good story. It's got to have good stuff. The game visually looks nice. I think
Oh yeah, the game looks amazing, and
so.
the hair physics on it.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, the game itself is cool. Like if you can get past the point of what people are contentious about with the clothing and the stuff or whatever, the game itself looks really cool. So I'm excited. I'm just hoping they don't change too much on the game itself, like story wise or
Hmm.
something that like I hope the clothing stuff doesn't affect the game itself with other stuff. I just hope it does well and see where it goes. And who knows, maybe this might end up making another game or something. So good
Yep,
on them and good on
and
everybody who plays it.
they're already patching out other uh controversial images. Like for example, did you hear about the hard R controversy about Stellar Blade?
Like hard R, like rated R,
Yes.
like it's rated R, or they use the word
No, no,
R.
no, no. See, there was an image like this was before the actual official release, and this
Yeah.
was already patched out by the time it was officially released. But some, obviously, some people had pre-release copies
Mm.
that didn't have this patched out yet, and there was a graffiti on the wall that said "hard," and it was right next to an R shop, so it looked like the game itself was saying "hard R."
Mm. I don't understand. Like the R as in the people person R, or like you know what? This will be explained to me later, guys. If you guys know what he means, good on you. Uh,
So
so
yeah,
yeah, okay.
there was literally a whole hard R controversy.
Mhm.
Uh, Apparently, it can refer to a movie being rated a hard R for extreme violence or sex,
Oh, okay.
and some other stuff. Situation highlights the importance of careful language choices and cultural sensitivity in media and entertainment. But
Mm.
they already patched that out. So the people who had pre-release copies, whether if it was
Mhm.
journalistic sites, doing it for reviews,
Right.
or some people happen to get like early shipped copies
Yeah.
before the patch went live, kind of thing. Who knows? But it has already been patched out and fixed.
Mhm.
So,
Cool. So no more problems with that.
but
Nice.
you want to know what else needs to get fixed?
What, dude? What needs to get fixed?
Uh, I don't know. How would you feel about
Mhm.
tipping in video games?
God damn it! Why? Do we need it? Okay.
Do you not have
Okay.
enough screens in front of you
Here
when you go to
here's
pick food up
here
asking for tips?
here's my problem. Here's my problem. Okay. I'm a full. Okay. This goes to nobody. Okay. Like that. Like this is just me. Okay. I don't want anybody to get mad. I'm not trying to say anything controversial. Okay. Tipping itself, I get it, and it's okay. Right. It has its place. Right. And like I said, I don't want anybody to take this out of context. This is nothing bad. I understand that these screens that they use where they because it's like a company's added to it so that way you can have it. But there are some times when I go to pick up my food and it's like, hey, do you want to get tipped? It's not a restaurant, right? I understand if I'm in a restaurant and I'm getting waited on, somebody's bringing my food, someone's doing this stuff with a waitress or a waiter or things like that, and I get it and I drop a tip. Maybe if I go to a specialty coffee place where they're brewing my coffee a certain type of way or doing some real fancy stuff, I can leave a tip or something sometimes, right? Like depending on the setting. But it's like everything has a tip. Like, dude, like I go to buy a comic book, or I go to buy a figure, or buy, hey dog, you want to, you flip the screen around. And it's like, hey, you want to leave a tip? What the fuck did you do for me right now? If I just went like, you want me to tip at a Target and places? Like, I'm not just like just your big company, pay your people right. That way we don't have to tip because there's a time and I guess what I'm saying is there's a time and a place for tipping, and it's not always a time and a place.
Well, I mean, because before tipping was generally
Hmm.
for getting great service.
Yes, yes, and that's what I'm trying
Like
to say.
like when you
Like a
go sit
haircut.
down at a restaurant or whatever, you have a waiter or waitress.
Yeah,
Obviously, there's some good ones and bad ones. There's ones that are
sure.
really attentive, and we'll keep an eye on your drinks and we'll come refill it without even having to ask. All this other stuff,
Yeah.
they come make sure
Courteous.
everything's okay,
Yeah.
everything came out fine. And then obviously there's the kinds that, just sit there and show up to drop off your drinks, drop off your food, and then
Never
drop
come
off
back.
your check.
Yeah. Exactly.
So obviously the second option, you won't want to tip
But the first
or
option
tip
you will.
as
Yeah.
well, either one, because obviously they
Yeah.
didn't really do that great of a job. They dropped your drinks, they dropped your food, and they gave you the check. I'm like,
Yeah.
they did bare minimum.
That's right.
So, but then now it's like
Yes.
anywhere you go or
Mm-hmm.
anything you use or purchase, like
Mm-hmm.
they always ask for a tip. It doesn't matter whether if you're picking it up yourself
Yes.
or if you're having it delivered, which obviously I can understand tipping the
Yeah.
delivery
I
guy
get that. I get that.
and everything. So, but going and pick up your own food and they're still asking for a tip?
That's where I'm like, dude, I'm picking up my food. I drove over here. I always said my gas. I came to get food at your establishment. The company should pay you.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, like, even if you go and sit at a pizza place or whatever, and you're sitting there and like eating lunch instead of even picking up food and ordering online and all that other stuff, you actually walk in, you order the food, and you sit there and you eat the food at the place, and they're still asking for a tip. And you're just like, why?
Yeah. You don't ask for a tip at McDonald's. You don't ask for a tip at thing. Like I said, I understand the restaurants and I understand certain places, but yes. But Kendall,
Not
what
everything needs to be tipped.
what makes you ask about tipping right now when we're doing a video
Well,
game segment?
because former Blizzard president Mike Ibarra apparently
Don't say
started
it.
had a very very controversial opinion where he thought it would be okay to suggest tipping in video games for games that you quote unquote really enjoy and feel like you underpaid for.
What does that even mean? I don't feel like I underpaid for a video game. I'm paying $70 for a video game. I buy the DLC. I buy skins. I buy that. Shouldn't that constitute me
Well, yeah,
supporting the game?
technically, yeah. I mean, that's how you show that, hey, you want to support a
Yeah.
game that
Right.
you really like. You buy the extra content for it.
Yes.
If like if you didn't like the game, obviously you're not gonna sit there and you're not
Right.
gonna buy the expansion. You're not
Right.
gonna buy the extra DLCs. You're not gonna buy the skins. You're not gonna buy extra chapters or card packs or whatever
Or
for
whatever
all the kind of
merch.
games or the gachas or the
Yeah.
mobiles,
The merch.
whatever you want to call it.
The whatever we buy for those games and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah. Why would we need to tip? Why not? Why not just pay them the money? Like, I don't know how it works. Okay, I don't know the ins and outs. Is it like the music company where the singers don't make as much on an album, but they make more on something else? Is that what this is? Where the developers don't make that much money on making the game, but the one that makes all the money is the actual company that distributes the game. You know?
More than likely, I'm gonna guess it's something like that because
Yeah. But
the
that.
developer, like, because the publishers
Yeah.
slash distributors are the ones that sit there and put forth all the money
Mhm.
to one fund the game usually
Yeah.
and do the marketing and the distributing, so they're paying money, so they're probably taking a majority of the profits for that
Right.
and then
But Kendall,
paying
sure. But
developers.
if I tip, how do I know that it's still not going to the publisher?
I mean, you can find out the developers Patreon, I guess,
Yeah, but see, I
or
mean,
PayPal.
I guess I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I don't know, man. Tipping, no, I don't want to tip for a video game that I just bought. I'm sorry. I mean, I like I said, we support in every other way. Now we just have to give you straight cash. Why don't you just start a Kickstarter or GoFundMe for the video game then? Because I mean, like, I don't know what to say to that idea. Like, I personally don't like it. Like, we're already forking over a lot of money. Like, I'm not saying that the video games maybe shouldn't be worth more than $70 when you buy them. I don't know, but people still buy collector's editions and all these other editions where they only give you like, which I don't even believe we should do, where you pay like $120 for like what 3 days before the video game releases.
Oh yeah, the whole paying for
Yeah,
early access kind of thing. Get it. Start playing the game a week early
yeah,
before everyone else. And the thing is a lot of the quote unquote digital deluxe editions. usually just comes with a digital art book and a
Yeah,
soundtrack.
exactly. And I don't even believe in that. I don't believe in that crap. But I'm still saying, you know what? If that's how you want to take it, that we're supporting you, at least we're getting something for it. Fine. But there's still all these things, and we're still going above and beyond, and people still buy the games and do all this crap, and you still want us to tip. Like I don't understand how detached you can be from reality. Like that. That's all I can say to that. I think that shit's just crazy.
Hmm.
Yeah. There's
So I can pretty confidently say our stance on this is no. We do not want to tip in video
no,
games. If you
no.
want us to pay more money for a video game, first off, make a video game that we want to keep playing, and two, release more content for said video game.
Yeah. We buy it all the
And
time
and
because
obviously,
and you know
don't
what?
make it stupid expensive.
Well, yeah, but let's be real. Hey, you know what? Why is it always rushing these video games? Day one patches, all kinds of patches. I buy the game and then I got like 20 gigs before I can even play the game.
Hmm.
You're already rushing these develop. I mean, the developers are already rushing. I mean, the developers are getting rushed to put these things out. Let's let them be able to do it the right way, get things out and everything, and instead of having all this crap come out, because that's people behind the scenes. Hey, you guys got to get this game out when you need to get it out and all this crap. So I don't know. That's a dumb idea. Um. So,
So no tipping
okay,
video games.
no tipping. Well, now and while we're on Blizzard, former president Kendall, I'm sorry to say, BlizzCon 2024 is canceled.
Yep.
So
So
what happened
there
there?
was. I mean, this announcement literally just came out a couple days ago, as
Uh huh.
of us recording on Thursday, April 25th.
Yeah.
Apparently, after careful consideration over the last year, we at Blizzard have made the decision not to hold BlizzCon in 2024.
You think this has anything to do with like them getting bought out by like Activision and stuff like that, like becoming that company that they don't want to do this stuff no more? That maybe that was
I
maybe
mean,
we're not gonna see BlizzCon anymore.
I don't know if we're not going to see BlizzCon anymore. I mean, if we don't see BlizzCon anymore, that would kind of defeat the whole purpose of a convention in the first place. Because, I mean, yeah, it's cool to see new stuff getting showed off at a
Yeah.
specific convention like BlizzCon,
Right.
but that's not the entire reason why people go to conventions in the first place.
Sure.
They go to celebrate
The
the
games.
game series, or like in the case of Anime Expo, they'll go to celebrate whatever anime that they want to go
Yeah.
either see or they like or dress
People.
up as or
Exactly.
cosplay.
It's to be it's the best way to put it is to be with a community of people that share the same love for something that you do.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a way for the community to come
Hmm.
together and hang out. Maybe people meet up, like
Yeah.
because you're playing in an online game, like for World of Warcraft example, you have guilds of people that are all over the world.
Yeah.
Some may be on the East Coast, West Coast, Canada, Mexico,
Hmm.
wherever. So, and BlizzCon was a way for these guild members to actually kind of all meet up in one place
Hmm.
for a reason, and actually meet up and hang out
Yeah. That's true.
while celebrating that the game they like playing together with.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's sad to hear that. Hopefully it's just this year. Maybe they were waiting, like you said. Maybe they were waiting for news, even though that shouldn't be the case. And maybe we'll see BlizzCon in 2025.
Maybe, but the only other thing that
Hmm.
kind of like makes me iffy about this is, um, this is gonna be the 20th this year,
Hmm.
mind you, is gonna be the 20th anniversary of World of Warcraft,
Mm, what a mistake.
and the 30th anniversary of Warcraft in general.
They should have had something this year, especially this year. Then
So, I mean, that's
what?
kind of like a big thing to miss and
Yeah.
celebrate.
Oh man, maybe this is the end. I don't know. We'll see. We'll keep everybody updated if we hear anything new on this. But yeah, sorry to everybody that likes BlizzCon and wanted to go to it and is gonna be missing out on it. But I mean, it's just something that that kind of happens from time to time. I mean, sometimes conventions get canceled for a little bit, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes.
Hmm.
But what else we got, Kendall?
All right. So next up on our fabulous
Mm-hmm.
itinerary is, speaking of
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard out,
Yeah.
Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox,
Yes.
wants more online retailers on the Xbox marketplace.
What?
Yep. So, you know how Xbox has been releasing, their video games on PlayStation as of late, right?
Sure.
Well, he doesn't just want Xbox games on other consoles. He wants other video game retailers to come onto Xbox and sell stuff through their store on Xbox for some reason.
Okay. Dude, we already have Steam
So
and we
we
already have
could be
other things.
seeing like Epic Games
Yeah.
Store or Steam coming to Xbox consoles. Maybe.
I mean, yeah, I could see them try to do that. But is it? mm, But wouldn't people already be? I don't know. Because people. I guess it could work. I mean, it could work. You know, you take your Steam library to your Xbox. Why not? But then again, why would you want to play it on the Xbox? Why wouldn't you? If you already have a, most likely you already have a PC, right? Like a better PC and better quality stuff, right? If you're already got Steam or you're using like the Microsoft to play on your computer. Like you got Game Pass, or is it it's Game Pass, right? That lets you play on PC too.
Yep.
So like, why would you want to go to Xbox? I mean, I know why Xbox wants you to go there, but
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, why
Because
would
obviously they
you?
would get a cut of, the
Right.
purchases
But
and
I'm saying, why
profits
why
from.
would the consumer want to bring all that if they've already have them? You know what I'm saying? Like you got your gaming PC decked out, badass. You got your best gaming monitor. You got all your peripherals. Why the hell would you want to go to an Xbox? I can understand if you're an Xbox player already that it would be great to be able to get a Steam library and get other games on there,
Mm-hmm.
or bring the Epic stuff. I can understand that in that sense, but I don't get it the other way around. So I don't really know on that one. I mean, what do you think, Kendall?
I mean, I honestly think it's just Xbox trying to make more money because I don't think they've been doing as well as they've been wanting to. Which, don't get me wrong, Game Pass is, a great service for
Yeah.
people who don't want to sit there and commit to purchasing a game
Hmm.
and so on like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's everything's trying to become a subscription service now.
I feel that.
And like, cause I mean, okay, this is gonna be like going off on a tangent
Sure.
more a bit on the thing, but the whole why people started cutting cable out and just switching directly to services like Netflix is because people wanted to only watch certain things.
Yes.
Like, but with cable or satellite, dish network, all that other stuff, you had to buy packages. So it
Hmm.
also included a bunch of stuff that you didn't want. And what Netflix originally did,
Hmm.
which started the whole streaming thing in the first place, was you paid one fee and everything was right there. There wasn't no, okay, well, you have to get this certain limited package,
Hmm.
or you could literally just get a streaming package and watch everything via streaming.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
And now, after the huge boom that Netflix was, then we got other subscription services.
Yes.
Like you started to get Amazon Prime Video as part of your Amazon Prime subscription, which now they're also charging you extra if you don't
Yes.
want ads in
Yes.
your videos.
It's like $3 now a month, which I'm not okay with, but whatever.
So, and then there's also Hulu, which originally also, you could watch it for free with ads,
Yes.
which was great,
That was
or
perfect.
you could pay to not have ads.
Exactly.
So,
And
I
now
mean,
you
you had the
just
option there.
now there's not.
And then it started out with just these, and then all of a sudden now we got like Disney Plus,
Mm-hmm.
and now we've got Paramount Plus
Mm-hmm.
and HBO Max and
Discovery.
Peacock and Discovery and whatever else.
Yeah. You
In
got.
other words, there's 50 different subscription services,
Oh yeah. Oh, you have.
and they're
And let's
all charging.
Kendall. And let's not forget, you got Crunchyroll. Uh,
Oh, and Crunchyroll,
I
which,
watch
mind you, also has annoyed me with the fact that they have bought out literally all
everybody.
the other anime streaming services.
Well, they still have High Dive out there, right?
I don't remember. Actually, I think High Dive was purchased too.
Oh, and then there's like I have Motor Trend Plus or whatever because they have a couple shows. Look, I'm not gonna lie, I support Super Street Garage. I love those guys. I love watching it all the time. But yes, there.
Okay, AMC Networks has bought High Dive.
Oh, okay. But yes, there are a lot of like you said. There's a lot of streaming services for everything now. They went from being on cable to also having a streaming service. Everything has it, and it is
Yep, and not only
expensive.
that, it's like some of the shows that you started watching on one service became exclusive on another service. So if you
Yes.
wanted to continue watching that series specifically, you would have to go to a different service.
Bring back Code Monkeys. That was the best series I've ever seen.
Yes.
If anybody knows what I'm talking about, you guys are real ones.
So, but to be fair, I don't think that's ever going to be coming back because G4 TV kind of bit the big one finally.
Hey, you know what? But
Like,
I hope they sell the rights, or whoever had the rights to it can now G4 doesn't exist, so now you can bring it out again. You know. So.
yeah.
But yes, yes.
So,
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's too much. Everything's a subscription service. It's too much.
yeah, everything is literally a subscription service. So, like, if you were to get like a subscription service for like literally everything, you're paying hundreds of
Oh yeah.
dollars a month
It's cable.
for all
We're
the
back.
different
We're
subscription
back to
services. So you might
cable.
as well just either go back cable.
Yeah.
So, and it's just like
I know.
all these different streaming services
And
are defeating the reason why
yeah.
it got popular in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they're doing password crackdowns where they only want one person
Oh
on
yeah,
there.
so you
Yeah.
can't share your accounts and all that other fun stuff.
Listen.
Yeah, there's also that.
That the problem with that is you're gonna find out who really actually wants to support your fucking site. Because once you start
Hmm.
doing that, you're gonna have people who are gonna be like, nah, I'm not gonna do it anymore. And then it's hey, when times get tough, I've always said this: when times get tough, necessities are more important than wants, and they'll get rid of a lot of shit. Watch.
Hmm.
So I don't know. We'll see about that. Kendall, I hear you got to play a little game.
Yep. So, did you ever play Hades?
No, I've been
You know,
wanting to, dude. I saw it and I've always looked at it and I was interested and I like the way it looks. And I was always like, I'm gonna play it one of these days, but I never have. So what is
hmm
Hades? If you can explain it for everybody.
well, Hades is essentially. Remember how I was saying it was a roguelike type. Slay the Spire was a roguelike deck builder game.
Yeah.
Well, this is more a roguelike, but it's action based, top down view. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's basically a top down view action game, not like over the shoulder like Bayonetta or Devil May Cry or Nier kind of thing, but
Yeah.
like more arcadey style, like Gauntlet Legends was.
Okay.
If you ever played any of those,
Hmm.
but it's roguelike in the sense that you have your base character that you can upgrade over time, but every time you beat a stage, you get a different upgrade that you can choose between.
Okay.
And you also choose different paths to go based on what upgrades you're trying to look for at the time.
Yeah.
So if you haven't played the first one, I highly recommend it. It's a great fun game, and it'll keep you busy for a while.
Nice. So what did you think
But
of the second game then? Because that's the one that you got to play, right?
yep, Hades 2. I put in to try to get into the technical test, and I was able to get in
Oh,
and
nice.
be able to play it. I played throughout the entire technical test up until where it said, okay, you actually finished everything that's included in this test, so you're basically done, but you can keep playing if you want to, just the same parts over
Right.
and over, which is essentially the kind of like the entirety of the first segment
Yeah.
to the first boss, which is static, because you have your random bosses, and then you have your static boss after a certain amount of levels,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I played all the way up until that. It included two different weapons, which was the staff and dual swords. And there was an arcane tarot upgrade
Mm-hmm.
system that is kind of like your permanent upgrades. Plus, you can do rituals for like extra bonuses while you're in the game that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also tools that you can craft and choose between per run, like depending like if you need more resources to craft something
Yeah.
or upgrade something, you can choose that specific tool to get more of those resources. And honestly, it's just a great game so far. Like it was a little bit difficult trying to get used to like
Mm-hmm.
the new setting because it's been a while since I've played the actual Hades game. So, but it's smooth. I didn't run into any issues technically while playing it, and so far the story is well. Obviously, you need to play the first game
Yeah.
in order to kind of understand what's going on. But yeah, it's so far it's great. I would highly
Recommend.
recommend keeping an eye on this game, especially if you played the first 80s. The main character is Melanoi, who is studying under the witch Hecate to slay the Titan Kronos.
Sick. It sounds
As for
fun.
why, I will leave you to play the game to find out why they're doing this in the first place.
Tight. Sounds cool. Looks good. So it's something that we can look forward to as it gets closer to its release date and stuff like that. Well, Kendall, that's it for the disc, baby. Let's hit the chips.
Yep. All right, so we have finished our first segment, the discs, video games, and now we are going to segue into our nice chips to finish off. And so
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
you found this humane AI pin.
Okay, let me tell you, cool idea, right? Like, let me blow your mind with this. You have a device, right? Because you know how you carry a watch, your phone, your stuff. Instead, it's like a little square, like a square pin on your thing. It would have like a little camera. It could see stuff. You could ask it. It could display a little like with a little laser thing, kind of thing or something like that. Anyways, it was supposed to help you out. Completely crap. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
talk about, obviously whenever you test things out, as a startup company, as a things are gonna happen. This thing was almost like, I think it was like $700 or $800 they wanted to sell it for, and then they
Mm-hmm.
sent it. My whole thing is you sent it to reviewers so they could check it out and send it back, and everybody said it was a load of crap. Uh, but oddly enough, I found out that the YouTuber Marquez Brownlee, the one who records, who's always doing like tech and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they kind of were like, "Hey, man, you really shat on this company so much so that like they might not exist anymore because of it." And I'm like, "Hey, their product was crap, not the reviewer who reviewed it." Because there were many more reviewers. Because I went looking around, there were many more reviewers and more people that it's not like they shit on it. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, that's not. It's just a kind of term what I'm saying. But they just found a lot of faulty stuff with it. Like, it didn't do what it was supposed to do. So that's bad on them. But like, the idea was cool. It seemed like a cool idea, but you know what? Turns to crap.
Yeah.
So I mean, I
So
I, I guess a
I
thing.
mean, and the ranges of issues because I did a quick look
Yeah.
over. It's like some people were saying, hey, it was overheating.
Yes.
It apparently could not set an alarm or a
Oh.
timer,
Okay.
or add events to your calendar, or
Right.
say what was already there,
Yes.
kind of thing.
It was supposed to
It's
translate.
slow.
Yeah, it was slow. It was supposed to translate. Some people said the translations weren't correct, or it was just saying weird things. So like a lot of the things that it was supposedly capable and meant to do, it could not do correctly or well, if it even did do it. So
Well, one of the things apparently it did very well was being an interpreter.
mm,
So the whole Google Translate thing.
yeah,
Apparently, it was really good at that. But you know,
is that enough for a $800
for a
device?
$700 device with
Yeah,
a $24 a month subscription.
yeah. When you can have your phone.
Yeah.
translate, and yeah, so that's why I'm like, oh well on that one, for anybody that's pulling out a product, make sure it works 100% of the
Yeah.
time before you send it out to reviewers, because sometimes it's not that great. Um, Let me see. We got Kendall. This is always sad to hear, but you know Tesla's laying off 10% of its workforce.
Yep.
It's I don't know. It could be the economy, it could be the slowing down of EVs. It's one of those things. It's hard. It happens. I think they were saying in California. This just came out a day ago. In California, they're laying off 3,300 employees, so that's like ten
Hmm.
percent of the workforce. So that's a good amount of people in California that are getting laid off. But it's one of those things. I know EVs aren't. I mean Tesla is a high market for the EVs right now still, but I don't think they're doing as well as they were before within the
Well,
EV
no,
market.
because a lot more. Well, not only electric car specific ones like Rivian
Yeah,
have come out. You know, the other car manufacturers have already started making pure electric
yeah,
vehicles. Like Kia has pure electric Kia
yeah.
Souls now that you can get. You got Chevy who has the Cobalt,
I think so. But even on
and
top of,
then
I know Honda is going to be coming out with a Prelude, and they have another like SUV. But I think even then, at the same time, the market, I don't know if it's fizzling out a little bit for electric cars. Like it was really popular. It seems to be that a lot of people want hybrids that give you like the best of both worlds, right? A lot
mhm.
better gas mileage, but because it's always hard. Where are you gonna charge? You got to plan your trips out. It's a lot different. Now that people are seeing the issues with it, some people are leaning more towards hybrid. You use your gas, you can get up and go really quickly, but you get a longer period of time before you have to use gas compared to charging and stuff, and it's faster. But I mean, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, people bounce back and all that jazz.
Yep. And then before we switch off
Oh
of
yeah, yeah.
Tesla, there has also been a huge recall for quite literally all the
Hell
Cybertrucks
yeah,
have been recalled
dude.
due to an acceleration issue because there was a piece of the acceleration pedal that could become loose and get stuck
Mm-hmm.
under the interior panels
And make your
to
car go fast.
yeah, isn't this like the second time this has happened? I could have sworn there was another
Uh huh.
vehicle
That had
slash
issues.
hybrid that had this acceleration problem.
I think Toyota had a problem with an accelerator like years and years and years ago also. But yeah, they rivet now the pedal. You have to take it in, but they'll rivet the pedal to the actual like I guess you could say the top cover to the pedal, so that way that thing won't slide up and then get stuck under under the carpet or whatever to keep you 100% accelerating. Uh,
Yep.
I think Teslas are
Okay,
really
I found it.
yeah,
It was the Toyota Prius,
yes,
and it was blamed on three
carpet,
things: driver error,
uh huh,
faulty floor mats, and
yeah.
sticky accelerator pedals.
So yes, I knew a person back in the day during that time that may or may not have been a tech, and I believe that those exact things that you said were because I asked. I was like, "Hey man, what's up?" And it was something like that. The sticky accelerator pedal and the carpet was the biggest things that were the culprit. But
Mm-hmm.
yes, now this one is the same thing. The pedal, your gas pedal has a metal cover on it, and their cover
Yep.
can slide up or off it, and then it gets stuck, and then it keeps you like accelerating like that. So that was an
Yep.
issue. That's a bad issue to have on any car because you want to
Yep.
be able
So
to.
Tesla has now recalled all of the
Yes.
Cybertrucks for that reason.
Can I here's a hot take. I don't like the way the Cybertruck looks. It looks like
Nope.
a
It's ugly.
piece
Ugly.
like a
Ugly. Every time I see the thing on the road, I have to scream out how ugly it is.
and I don't think you're the only one. I think everybody is. And I wonder how many people that bought it feel bad that they bought it because everybody goes, "Man, that thing is ugly." It's just weird. Like it's not like it's not, and it has nothing to do with the stainless steel. It has nothing to do with supposedly like it's indestructible or whatever. That stuff I don't care. It is odd and like not pleasing. I don't know how to explain it. It's just not pleasing.
It's the old 1990s blocky PlayStation graphics card.
That's what I, dude. It's just yeah. It's like it's Laura Croft's boobs.
It is worse designed than like the original Gran Turismo cars.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. I feel like my graphics are dropping as we speak. You know, I'm losing FPS when I'm looking at it. I don't know, man. I just something about it. And hot take, like I said.
Yeah. And you know what? Funny enough about talking about losing FPS, and
Mm.
maybe you should get yourself a new Nvidia GPU. Maybe a new next generation Nvidia GPU.
Ooh. And like,
Yep.
what would that be, Kendall?
Well, Nvidia has codenamed this next
Yeah.
generation Blackwell,
Okay.
and it could be here by the end of the year. And not only that, it's going to be sporting a brand new GDDR7 memory technology, which is up to 36
Mm-hmm.
gigabits per second of bandwidth, as
Damn.
opposed to GDDR6. And, well, it's also still going to be on their 4 nanometer uh,
Processing.
NVIDIA Performance is what it's called.
Oh.
So
I mean,
we will have to go ahead and wait to see how this comes out.
I
Like I said,
suppose.
there's not really much information about it yet. Just stuff going through the rumor
Yeah.
mill, and but supposedly we couldn't have it by the end of this year.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Because I am in the process of designing a new PC, I guess, or trying to build a new PC. Looking into it, I'm really, have to piece the parts up and stuff. But it's always a cool thing to look at GPUs. I'm trying to keep my options open. I went with a Nvidia last time. I got a 1080, but I kind of been looking around. I'm wondering, is there any, oh, I don't know, any other GPUs or anything like that I should be looking out for other than Nvidia, Kendall?
Funny you should ask that because actually, you remember when Intel started making GPUs?
Oh yeah, a while back they were talking about those and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Well, it seems like they've gotten most of the kinks out of
Okay.
that generation of GPUs. I believe it was the A570
Mhm.
and the A770.
Yeah.
So great for 1080p gaming now,
Yeah.
according to reviews. Not only that, but a lot more affordable compared to the entry cards for AMD
Mhm.
and Nvidia being $200 to $300
Yeah.
for the graphics card themselves. And not only that, they also have partnerships with other card makers who have been doing their own GPU cooling designs
Mhm.
for the Intel GPUs.
Oh.
So if you were ever thinking about picking one
Mhm.
of the Intel GPUs up, that's something to consider.
Yeah.
But
But
the next generation, the Battle Mage GPUs,
yeah.
are planning to launch this year before the holidays.
Wait. So are you telling me we could have like a little competition between Nvidia and Intel? I mean, I'm not saying that like I don't get me wrong, guys. Don't come and chop heads off. But are you telling me that we could have a two GPUs out by the end of the year that we could like kind of like be picking and choosing now?
Yep, that is exactly what I'm talking about. And oh boy, is competition delicious.
It is. It is always something that you want to see. Now, I was looking at the CPUs right on the side. I don't know if I should go with Ryzen, the AMD ones. I don't know if I should go with the Intel ones. I don't know if I should go with like the what was it an i9 or what. I mean, have you heard anything new or anything that I should be looking out for on that front?
Well, you see,
Mm-hmm.
Intel has this new chipset that
Yeah.
seems to be in the complete entire system on a
Oh.
chip called Lunar Lake V.
Okay. Okay.
Now, Lunar Lake was originally going to be
Mm-hmm.
called Lunar Lake MX, but it's been renamed to Lunar Lake V and features 8 CPU cores,
Mm-hmm.
8 GPU cores,
Oh.
which are the XE2, which is part of their next generation Battle Mage GPU
Mm-hmm.
cores, and up to 32 gigabytes of DDR5 memory, all on the same chip.
Wow. That's interesting. This
So
isn't.
obviously,
Yeah.
since this is a system on a chip,
Right, right,
this
right.
is more designed towards
Yeah.
thin, light laptops, kind of all in one system kind of
Right,
thing.
right. Which is cool because I mean this is interesting for a thin notebook. Seems like a lot of power for it. You know, a lot of the time you get like small, thin computers that can't really handle or do much or do anything at all. You know, it's just strictly you're typing on a maybe scrolling on the web and stuff. This sounds pretty interesting. You could get it in something very small, a little small form factor thing, and be able to do a few little things with it. You know what I mean? Something kind of
Hmm.
fun. Hopefully, it brings better prices to some notebooks for, I guess, like an entry level thing for people. You know what I mean? It's always hard to get
Yep.
into stuff like that, and this seems like a really cool idea. You know what's not a cool
I
idea,
mean,
Kendall?
I'm honestly interested in, maybe, if it's, good enough price point, picking one up, testing it out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see how it goes.
You know what's not cool, Kendall? Not paying your bills,
Um,
bro.
hmm,
Not
Let me
paying.
think. Cooling,
Cooling?
cool.
Yes. Yes.
Uh, uh,
Yes.
Maybe EKG cooling not paying their bills.
Dude, what about that? Like, I remember when I heard about them, I was always like, oh man, that seems cool. They seem innovative. Like, their stuff looked cool. And then this news came out, and I was like, wow, it's tough to run a company
Mm-hmm.
because, unpaid bills, unpaid taxes. I've also heard, not looking good for them. Uh,
Nope.
and
Apparently,
employees not getting paid.
there are people that were unemployed for three or unpaid for 3 to
Yeah,
4 months,
that's
supposedly.
that is a very long time. I don't know who stays with a company like that. Like it's got to be tough for them. It's got to be tough now that they're not getting paid. I feel bad, mostly for the employees more than anything. They're just there to work and do a job and get paid for it and provide for their families, and now they can't. Uh, so that's crazy on that front on that thing. You know what else is crazy, Kendall?
Um, Lay this one on me.
Owning an Apple Vision Pro, walking around in public with that thing is crazy. But
Oh yeah.
I mean, one, the price is very expensive. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Two, it's just I don't know. It's just I don't think we're ready for stuff like that, like on anybody. So because of that, Vision Pro is being cut to low demand. Because of low demand, I mean they're being cut in productions, so there's gonna be less out there. The price is ridiculous, man. What was it, like 3 grand for one?
3,500.
$3,500 for one. I don't know. I mean, that just seems like a lot.
Right?
And I don't know how practical, dude. I'm not even saying like you're playing video games on it or you're using it, but I'm just saying, honest, how practical is it? I know they try to tell you this is what you can do with it and these are the cool things you can do with it, but let's be real. How practical is it to use?
Well, I mean, because the battery life is one of the like biggest hurdles of it. Let's see,
Yeah.
because obviously, if you're wanting using it for production or work
Right.
kind of thing, it's going. You're gonna, depending on what you're doing, you're gonna need it for several hours. And
Yeah.
apparently, the Apple Vision Pro provides up to 2 hours of battery life.
Dude, get out of here. How are you gonna
Mm-hmm.
how are you gonna be working on anything for 2 hours? Especially the production
So
people. You're gonna need
2 hours of battery
you're gonna
life.
need that thing plugged in 24/7. I'm sorry. I mean, look, it was weird to me when it first came out. It's still weird to me now. It's more of a I feel like a flex to say, hey, look, I got an Apple Vision Pro than anything.
Mm-hmm. I'm basically Netflix.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like, well, actually, maybe it might end up going the way of the Google Glass. You remember that?
Oh, I remember that. But that was small. That seems slim. That was like
Yeah,
that's
it
an
was
easier.
small, and people thought it was weird, and they made fun of people and all that other
I would rather
stuff.
have Google Glass than a big old dome on my head like that. I'm gonna be real with you. At least that one's a little less inconspicuous.
Hmm.
But I don't know. What you got next, Kendall?
All right, so we are actually getting
Close
close
to the
to the
end.
end
I
of
know. I
our
know. I'm getting excited
little
because we're getting
podcast.
down to the last two ones. Are kind of getting me excited after this one.
Yep. All right, so Samsung. very
Yes.
nice phones.
I
I enjoy my S24 Ultra.
I got a S22. Oh no, 20. Yeah, 22. I think I
I'm
like it.
still rocking the 22. I feel it. I feel. I mean, I was rocking the Note 20 until a couple months ago.
Dude, I love the Note line. I like that they're got mixed in with the Galaxy, so you could have the pen. I like. I don't use it all the time, but on the rare occasions when I do need something to write down, I like that it's there. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But
Well,
mhm.
what if I told you that the United States government is going to be granting Samsung up to $6.4 billion to
Ah,
build chip
yeah.
making facilities here in the state, specifically in Texas?
Look, I'm gonna say this. Chips are the future. A lot of products need them. It is nice to have them here in America being made, so that way, with whatever happens, you know that we will still have chips. I guess. I don't know about granting them $6.4 billion, but you know what? I am not in the business of knowing how that works. But you got to be, I guess, I think right now what a lot of the chips are made in China or something like that, right? Or overseas at least,
Mm-hmm.
and we have to bring them in. So it's nice to know that I guess we're gonna make chips here, but I don't know about $6.4 billion. I mean, we could use that money for other stuff, but that's neither here nor there. Good on them, I guess, with the government
So,
and stuff
I
working
mean,
together.
hey, if we look at it this way, maybe adding more chip manufacturing plants, especially here
Mm-hmm.
in states, will end up making all the technology here
Yeah,
cheaper. Like, and especially, do you remember when there was the chip shortage or whatever, and
that's what I was thinking
literally
about.
everything shot up in price? I'm
Yes,
talking like cars,
yes.
computers, literally
Memory
everything.
cards, hard drives, you name it. Everything has something, and everything tech jumped up so high it was ridiculous. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, hopefully in the long run it'll work out for us, not to have a shortage like that or have to worry about it because we'll have them here in the states. But I mean, we'll see.
Not only that, I make more jumps.
That's one of the things that always is nice when companies come over here and then we get jobs too. Because sometimes, a lot of the time, you see it the other way around, where companies leave the states to go somewhere else to be cheaper. So it's nice to see that some jobs come back and we can have more jobs. Um, Talking about seeing, okay, just like we're seeing each other right now, Kendall.
Yep.
Did you hear about Elgato's new Neo line?
Yeah, I did. And you know what? Honestly, personally, it's amazing. I'm actually looking to get
Okay,
the new
do you,
webcam
you know
myself.
what I want to say about this Neo line, which is amazing, very sleek, very clean, right? Very
Yep.
minimal for your setups. The the
Mm-hmm.
the lights are pretty cool. That you can put them on the monitors. Uh, they've got like a stream deck, but smaller, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And then yeah, the camera is the most interesting part of it. Let's be real. A really good webcam for $100.
Yep.
What are the specs on the camera, Kendall?
Okay. So first off, it's called the Face Cam Neo, made by Elgato as part of
Yes.
their new Neo line.
Right.
Uh, $99.99, so a
Let's
hundred
go.
bucks.
That's cheap.
It is plug and play, so there's no extra stuff that you need to
Right.
download or install or whatever. And 1080p resolution, 60 FPS.
That's good. That is good for $100 price tag. Now, I'm not saying it's the best, but let's be real. The they webcams can get really really expensive. The nicer quality
Yeah.
and the more FPS, like it can get ridiculous. I've looked for other webcams because I've got an old Brio. It still works good, but I'm just saying sometimes you want to keep your options open and look at stuff. But everything that comes out is just like it's just so expensive that I'm like I don't know if I can justify it. But this seems pretty good,
Mm-hmm.
and depending on
It,
how it
it,
is and
it, it seems absolutely amazing. And not only that, for those who like your privacy and you have like, for example, me with my
mhm.
Razer Keo Pro, webcam cover lens or whatever, they also have a shutter built into it that you can just slide on over to close so you
That's right.
can't be seen.
That's right. My Brio has a little flip that I go boop and I close it.
Yep, this one has a built-in shutter. You just slide it
That's
over
nice.
and done.
Beautiful.
And it's not a software thing; it's a manually thing, so you know it's actually sitting there
Yes,
and
and it's
blocking the image,
it's
etc.
what you want. It's what you want. So that's really cool. Elgato's line looks nice. We'll let you guys know if we buy because we're looking at a few things. If we get anything, we'll let you guys know what we think and what it is. But we're a small time operation here, so we have to get all our stuff. Kendall,
Hmm.
this last bit of news that we've saved for the very end is
Yep.
probably one of the things that, if it doesn't make you happy, it should. You know,
Hmm.
it's something that was taken away, but now it's back. Kendall, what would that be?
The FCC, aka the Federal Communications Commission, has voted 3-2 to restore net neutrality rules.
That's right, baby.
AKA, so for those who don't understand what this means,
That's right.
it means companies cannot sit there and charge you extra to access a service that
Mm-hmm.
you were able to previously access, because if net neutrality is in effect, companies cannot block that data stream
Yes.
under the laws and rules of net neutrality. That
Yes.
all data streams must be treated as equal.
Yes.
They cannot be given priority or blocked in any way, shape, or form.
That's right.
They must all be given the same level of priority. No special treatments, no
Mm-hmm.
blocking, no nothing.
That means everybody can stream Netflix to Disney Plus to your games to whatever. Nobody's paying more to get better service than the others, so that way you maybe you switch. No, nothing. Everybody's even playing field, and it is better for all of us. And it was
Yep.
stupid that they took it away because anything that can hurt us like that, it will hurt us. And it's nice to know that things come back and everything can be normal again. So, with that, Kendall, I don't know how long we went today, but I think we went longer than our normal podcast go, and it's probably going to be like that. It's a lot of news. Some months are going to be more than others. I hope you guys liked this selection, the curation that we did, that you liked these chips. We're going to continue to bring them to you. Kendall, is there anything that you want to spill out here? Anything that you want to let people know? Anything that you're doing? Anything that you're thinking of doing? Anything that you would like our listeners to know that's going on?
Not at the moment, but I have been messing around with Twitter
Mm-hmm.
on my personal Twitter.
Yeah.
So I am actually thinking about starting up a specific one for that I can post all these podcasts
Yeah.
for in the future,
Yeah.
and maybe possibly stream. I don't know. We'll see how this goes.
Nice. I like it.
Obviously being busy with everything,
Oh yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
changes and all that other stuff.
Most
So,
definitely.
but yeah, maybe quite possibly looking into just making a separate Twitter just for
Just for your
being able to post stuff for the podcast that you can sit there and
have discussion
either
stuff.
shoot some like
Yeah,
articles and news our way that maybe you think we should talk about
that'd
on
be
here.
great.
So,
I
or
love it,
just hit us up, say, hey, you suck, or
and we'll love it too.
hey, that was a great podcast, or maybe you guys should try this. Who knows?
That's right. Because we need haters. We need people that love us. We need it all.
Exactly.
Anywhere that you want to put out right now that people might be able to look for you or send you a message or say hi or something.
Not at the moment, but I will make
Okay.
sure to get
As
that
soon
Twitter
as
up and
soon
running by
as
the next podcast.
as soon as we have it up, we'll let you guys know. You can find me at the Undercast Company on Instagram and all the other stuff, and Kendall too. If you guys want to drop a message there, just in case, that's the main people there. They'll convey what they need to us. Once we get the other Twitter up and running, then you can go there. I guess I got an Instagram and a Threads, Freddy Flash. If you want to check me out there, I don't
Yep.
post
And
much.
for the meantime, if you want to yell something at me, you can go ahead and send it to him, and
Yeah,
I guarantee you he will let me know.
I will let you know as soon as possible. But we'll have this probably up and running by the next one, so we'll be able to put that there. But yeah, just you know what? Look us up. We'll put links and stuff on the bottom like we used to and things like that. But look us up, whatever you guys need. Let us know what you think of the podcast. Let us know if we need to fix anything. You can find it on Spotify, on Apple, uh, Apple Music, or I don't know what it's called. You can't find it on Google Podcasts anymore because that went away. I think, if I'm not mistaken. But find us wherever you want. We'll be back next month with another one, and we hope that you enjoyed this. I've been Fred,
And I'm Kendall.
and we will see you for sure next month about the same time. I think this drops. I want to say the last day of the month. So this month will probably be like the 30th, 31st, or whatever. But yeah, you'll see us at the end of the month every month. Please look for us. If you used to listen and you're back, thank you for coming back. And if you're hearing us for the first time, thank you for listening to us again or listening to us the first or last or whatever. But thank you, and we'll be back later, everybody.
All right. Have a good one.